Welcome to Autumn Approved, a channel where we review all things that make parenting easier and also to see if my daughter Autumn approves. Automobiles. On this episode, we're going to review the Pamo Stroller Wagon. It's available on Amazon and Walmart with varying prices, but frequently goes on sale for under $200. We'll start with some measurements of the carriage. It is one of the more compact two-seaters out there, and it has two 3-point harnesses as well as an optional footwell that can be stowed with a zipper. When the footwell is closed, however, the kids will be sitting on the part that their feet just stepped on, so depending on where you live, it can get dirty pretty easily. I normally have my kids take off their shoes when they're inside, but you can still see that there's dust and stuff that can easily just be vacuumed. Footwell measurements are as follows. As you can see here, it's not the easiest footwell to stow. However, this feature is still very nice considering other wagons don't have this feature at all. It has a few cup holder pockets around the carriage, but the main draw for this wagon is the integrated rider board. The rider board is located on the side of the handlebar, so you will be losing the seat that's closest to the handlebar when you're using the rider board. By pushing on the two buttons on the side of the seat closest to the handle, it brings that wall down to reveal the integrated rider board. The manual doesn't specify any weight limits of the rider board, but I have had two 4-year-olds riding in it at the same time who weigh about 35-ish pounds each. Another added bonus of the rider board is it helps with curb hopping. It's got two brake pedals that both need to be engaged to put the wagon at a full stop. Here are some measurements of the wheels, and although they're not rubber wheels, they are pretty thick and go over terrain surprisingly well. It's got a telescoping handlebar, and at its highest point is still very comfortable for tall parents to push. Even when fully extended, the handlebar does not feel wobbly, still feels sturdy when pushing. It also has an extendable pull handle on the opposite end that stows onto the wagon frame when not in use. This is where it clips to the frame so that it's not wobbling around. The canopies on this wagon are not my favorite, as they mimic the Evenflow wagon's canopies. They don't fully stay in place and do not provide full coverage when in use, but we'll add the canopy clearance measurements in just a moment. It also comes with a snack tray in its price point, which has two cup holders and two little sections for their snacks. It's easy to place and also very easy to remove. You just gotta push the 2 buttons and pop it right off. Here's the canopy clearance we were talking about. Not the highest clearance, but the canopies are adjustable. It does come with a storage basket, which is a decent size considering it's a compact wagon. It can only be placed on the handlebar end of the wagon because of the pull handle on the other side, and you don't need to remove it to use the rider board. However, you cannot hold anything in the basket if you do fold the seat down with the basket attached because the items will fall out. We don't normally use the basket because we use the rider board feature a lot. So I mainly hang our stuff either on the sides or onto the handlebar. To fold the wagon, I put the handlebar all the way down and use the 2 triggers on either side and fold it over. It does not stand vertically on its own, so you might have to store it against a wall or store it flat like it was previously. Here are the measurements of it folded, just in case you are wondering how it fits in your trunk. It's not a super small fold, but it's also not one of the biggest folds I've seen. It does also come with a bug net and a rain cover. So here we're going to show you how the bug net fits. It's very snug onto the wagon, but it's a great feature as most other wagons you have to pay extra for a bug net and a rain cover. Plus you can kind of get a glimpse of my 4-year-old inside. She still has some good clearance under the canopy. Overall, for its price point, I would absolutely recommend this wagon, especially because of the integrated rider board. Because having a toddler and baby with a 3.5-year age gap, it definitely helps to have multiple ways for my toddler to ride. We did take it to the desert, and as you can see, it's rocky terrain. The kids were not bouncing around too much inside because of the suspension, and they had a really good time. I definitely wait for it to be on sale when it's under $200 versus paying retail. But that's your choice. As always, if you have any questions, please leave a comment down below or message us on Instagram. Till next time.